Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the first episode of Let's Talk About It. All right. Now I didn't bring my tripod, so I will be holding my camera throughout this whole time. So if it's a little shaky, that's my fault. I didn't bring my tripod out here to the park. But in today's episode, we're going to be talking about setting realistic goals for 2024 as far as fitness-wise. All right. Goal today is for you to watch this video, get all the information you need, and basically in this video knowing what you have to do as far as this year to make sure that this year you reach your fitness goals that you always wanted to reach. All right. So first things first of all, you got to know what you really want. All right. So what exactly are your fitness goals? That's something that you have to think about. You can get a paper, write it down. I suggest you get a paper and write it down. That way you can have clarity of what you really want, because anybody can say, hey, I want to be fitter, I want to be, I want to look good, I want to have abs, I want to have more muscles, I want to be slimmer, I want to get more toner, which just means less body fat in the body, right? But you have to have a clarity, because once you really know what you want, then you can proceed and take action and not just be all over the place, because a different goals equals a different way of training, different style of training, and it just depends also on and it also means different nutrition for everybody, because not everybody is the same. Some people might need to cut down calories, some people might need to add calories, some people got to watch macros a little bit more, but I'm gonna get into all that in just a little bit. So once again, what is your main goal? Is it a change of lifestyle, right? You want to be more active, you want to have more energy, you want more strength, right? Or do you want to be stronger, have the ability to do more tasks overall that require strength, right? Do you want to get better at cardio, right? Focus more on the heart. Do you want to live longer? Do you want to be able to run? Just do different stuff, right? Have more stamina, have more endurance. If that's your goal, then you're looking more at cardio. Or if you just want to focus on your physique, just look better overall, meaning the physical aspect, whether that's getting stronger, looking bigger, more muscles, or slimmer, right? If you strictly want to focus on that, you can do that too as well. And you don't necessarily have to do hours and hours of cardio, right? Like I said, each thing has a different way of training, right? And if you want all four, even more, that's fine. You're just going to be a little bit more of a hybrid training kind of style, which is awesome, right? I highly recommend everybody to at least try some kind of different style, whether that's lifting weights, doing cardio, gymnastics, playing a sport, all that is awesome. So if you want a little bit of everything, or you want a lot of everything, right, you're probably looking more into like the hybrid training, which is awesome. Now, once you find out what you really want, you gotta educate yourself on nutrition, right? Nutrition is like the biggest part of this. You can have the perfect workout program, the perfect sets, perfect reps, perfect days, perfect rest days, everything, right? But if your nutrition is not on point, guess what? It's gonna take you a long time before you actually get your goals, before you reach your goals, and that's if you even reach your goals, right? Because nutrition plays a big part. Now, the main thing that I would like you to focus on is just to keep it simple at first, right? So learn how to count your calories. There are apps on Google Play or the App Store. My personal favorite one is called LifeSum, right? I'll leave the link down below so you can go check it out and download it. That's my personal favorite. All you got to do is use the bar scan and scan it, and then you can just kind of switch out the measurements if you measure your food, which I highly recommend. Make sure you get a food scale. Get a food scale, measure your food, and then put it on the app, because that's another thing. Most people do not really know what a serving size is, right? On the back of the nutrition label thing, it says serving size 4 ounces, right? And some people don't know what 4 ounces is. They just assume what's 4 ounces. But once you actually put it in the scale, then you can understand better and see better what 4 ounces are, right? And that's why people have a hard time counting their calories, or say they counting calories doesn't work, because they don't know how to measure their food to begin with, so they end up eating more calories or even less calories than what they thought they were eating. So now, once you get your calorie counting down, right, you can decide if you want to stick with counting calories, or you can dive deeper in and you can actually count your macros. Now, your macros are your protein, your carbs, and your fats. You need all three. Now, macros are going to be different for everybody. As far as macros, I always recommend, to have a high quality protein meal plan. Doesn't mean that you have to be eating chicken all day. Doesn't mean that you have to worry about your protein 24/7. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that either. And that's where a lot of people get confused because of the gym bros and all that stuff when they talk about eating protein. I'm not saying stuff yourself with a lot of protein, right? I'm not saying that. However, you do want at least, well, I'm sorry, not at least, at most, 1 gram of protein per pound of body fat. So if you weigh, let's just say 150, try to aim for 150 grams of protein per day, right? And keep in mind that there's a big difference between the grams of protein that the food has versus the grams in weighing the food, right? Because I do feel like some people get that confused. You can measure 150 grams of chicken on the scale, but that does not equal 150 grams of protein, all right? Big difference there. So make sure you educate yourself on that. And don't worry, I'm gonna make a video on that as well soon. Now, one thing that I do want to tell you is that, like I said, one gram of protein per pound of body fat. And as far as fats, right, you want the high quality fats such as avocado, olive oil, nuts, just nothing that's not the saturated fats, right? But one thing that I do want you to keep in mind is that your body needs a minimum, or at least it's what's recommended, 20 grams of fat. So, and I would say 20 is like very, very low. I would say aim for 25. Minimum of 25 grams of fat per day, right? You need the fats to keep your organs healthy, to keep your liver running, to keep basically all your organs safe, right? So your body needs fats, right? You try to stay away from the sugary fats, saturated fats, greasy fats, kind of stuff, right? And as far as carbs aren't bad for you. You just got to learn how to use them. So try to stay away from the sugary carbs, anything that has sugar in it. You can, like I said, rice is good, whether it's white rice, brown rice, all that's good, right? Don't try to stay away from white rice just because you heard that it's bad. It's not bad for you. Food is food, and all you got to do is learn how to use it wisely. And honestly, once you get the calories and the macros down, you're going to start noticing some differences in your body, right? To the point where you're going to know what kind of foods make you feel good, what kind of foods make you bloated, what kind of foods make you take a shit every time, what kind of foods you can eat that you feel like you can eat a lot, but still not get bloated, still lose weight, still lose body fat, still feel stronger. So that's all it is. Once you get the calories, get the macros, eventually you won't have to count neither. Only because you already know what your body needs. Third thing I would like for you to do is educate yourself on training styles, right? Whether that's weightlifting, whether that's bodybuilding, whether that's powerlifting, whether that's just doing HIIT exercises, so high intensity interval training, right? Which are fast 30-minute workouts. If that works for you, for your schedule, hey, go for it. What else? There's CrossFit, even though I'm a fan of CrossFit, but just watching it. I wouldn't really do it, but if you like CrossFit, hey, give it a try. Make sure you have a good coach that can actually coach you well, so you won't get injured, right? Then you got the cross training, you got sprinters, you got runners, you got cross training. Like, there's so many styles out there. Feel free to try all of them. See which one you like, stick with it, and yeah, just make it happen. Also keeping in mind that each training style requires a different nutrition. So for example, if you're doing let's say cross training, right, where you're doing a lot of cardio, still lifting weights, right, you probably will need more calories than if you just did, let's say, strictly bodybuilding or strictly weightlifting. Even though weightlifting, it does feel kind of like cardio-ish sometimes. Just because the more cardio you do, you're going to need a little bit more calories, right? And also keep in mind that the more cardio you do, as far as like, the less weight training you do, I should say, you can do as much cardio as you like. The less weight training that you do, the less stronger you're going to get, right? Because you can do unlimited cardio, which is great for your heart, for your health. But if your goal is to gain muscle or just get stronger, you got to pick some weights up. Also, the final thing that I want you to know is that you got to learn how to make changes and adjust, right? So if you're doing the same thing every day, all the time, and you're not making progress, if you're not getting, to your goals, it's time to make a change. Whether that's strictly focusing on your nutrition, strictly focusing on training, or trying a different style, right? Trying something new. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid to try something new. All right. You never know. You might end up liking it, and it might help you reach your goals faster, right? To learn to change, adjust, and adapt. All right. I would say that's the biggest thing. Learn to change, adjust, and adapt. All right. So Rodrigo here from Unleash Your Fitness, unleashyourfitnesspt.com for personal training or online coaching. I do have a 6-week transformation challenge going on right now for $100. Limited spots are available, so make sure you check the link down below. Send me a message, or send me a message on or send me a message on Instagram or Facebook, and I will respond to you if you are ready to make a change. So hey, let's get it.